Monster Jam fans, and welcome back to another great Monster Jam show today. We are out here in Houston, NRG Stadium for more Monster Jam, as this is show 2 of this incredible weekend. Obviously, we are out here for another amazing Monster Jam show. This is the show from January 31st, as you can see by the title. Yesterday, I did the commentary for January 30th show. This is the Sunday show of that weekend. It's approximately Sunday afternoon for this Monster Jam event. It is an exciting time whenever there's 2 shows in 1 week and the drivers get to make up for some of the mistakes that they had in the first event. Tonight is going to be a great night, and they are coming on now their second Monster Jam show of 2021. They got all the kinks out in that first event, and I'm sure they're all ready to fly high right here in front of these fans in Houston. 12 Monster Jam trucks are going to be gearing up for racing, skills, and freestyle today. As you can see during these intros, they are getting those engines nice and warm and giving the fans a little bit of a taste of the horsepower that's here to come tonight. Now, the first competition today is racing. We will be having a few rounds of racing here today, and because of 12 trucks, there are 4 drivers that get bye runs into round 2. These 2 drivers right here are not. In the left lane, we have Ryan Anderson in the Dragonoid, and in the right lane, Todd the Duke in Monster Energy. Yes, Ryan Anderson driving the Dragonoid this year, not the son of a digger truck, and oh my, what a race! Ryan Anderson flipping over, Todd the Duke flipping over. Both drivers with a wild finish. Welcome to Houston, Monster Jam fans, and welcome to the show tonight. In this next race in the right lane, we have the Mohawk Warrior, that's Bryce Kenny. In the left lane, it's Lindsey Reed in Scooby-Doo. Bryce Kenny, a sneaky driver in racing, can take home any racing win. He is sneakily fast. And in the left lane, Lindsey Reed is a Double Down Showdown champion, but Bryce Kenny is going to take home the round 1 win and move on to the second round. So far, some pretty, I would say pretty clean races, but the first race is one of the most unclean races we've ever seen. Now, this race is a matchup between 2 independents. In the right lane, we have Corey Rummel in Rage, and in the left lane, we have Cole Bernard in the Black Pearl. Cole Bernard taking the lead going to the final turn, but Corey Rummel is very quick in turns. However, it's not going to matter. Cole Bernard taking home the win with a smooth but fast pass going on to the second round. Cole Bernard also has won many racing competitions in his career. Another matchup of independents in the right lane. Jim Kohler in Avenger taking on Jamie Garner in that beautiful overboard in the left lane. Both of these guys are pretty good racers, but Jamie Garner, I would say, is a little bit more of a good racer, and he holds a lead going to the final turn. But Jim Kohler making up ground, and what a lead from Garner. Both drivers going huge over that final jump. I'm not sure who won that race. We're going to go to the video board and find out. Looks like going over the jump, Jamie Garner did hold on, but I can't be sure. I mean, that is as close as it gets in a Monster Jam race. Jamie Garner giving it 110% over that final jump. I mean, from this angle, it is impossible to tell, because Jim Kohler could be at the same length, but it looks like Jamie Garner won. Find out who the winner of this race is. Your winner is Overboard by a small margin. Such a close race. Now the second round of racing here today is Bari Musauer in Zombie is taking on Bryce Kenny in the Mohawk Warrior. Bryce Kenny was smooth in round 1, but Musauer has taken down some elite drivers in racing, and he's going to do it again. Getting a little crazy over that final jump. Both drivers a little squirrely, but Bari Musauer is moving on to the semis. Now the next race here, we have Tom Meents and Max Seafire with his first race of the night, taking on Cole Bernard in the Black Pearl. Now, Cole Bernard is a really hit-or-miss guy. If he's on, he is very capable of winning every race in a night. But when he's off, he'll be knocked out in the early rounds. And Cole Bernard is off tonight, flipping over. And Tom Meents, another driver with a crazy finish, hitting the jammer on that final jump. Still, though, takes home the win. Fortunately, that truck is okay. We've seen a lot of drivers make some mistakes out here tonight in this racing competition. Next up, we have Kristen Anderson in the right lane and Gravedigger taking on Overboard's Jamie Garner. Garner beating out Jim Kohler in that incredibly close race to finish round 1. And Kristen Anderson going over right at the wall. Jamie Garner being handed a win and will be given a spot in the semifinals as long as he can cross the finish line, which he does. Jamie Garner will take that overboard truck now into these semis as Kristen Anderson will find herself having to get that truck fixed for the two-wheel. Now we have the semi-final round tonight, as in the right lane we have Tom Meents and Max D taking on Jamie Garner in the overboard. Jamie Garner going wide, and that is going to cost him. He missed that turn, and Tom Meents is going to have a clear path to victory, but he makes a mistake. But fortunately, he had plenty of time to correct himself as he will head on to the final round. Jamie Garner, a valiant effort, but won't be able to take home the win. Now in the right lane, we have Adam Anderson and Megalodon. We haven't seen him race tonight. We must have missed a race in here somewhere, but Bari Musauer is in that left lane, and he has taken down Bryce Kenny tonight. He has looked very fast. Adam Anderson in the right lane. We don't know how he's doing today, but Bari Musauer very close. From this angle, seemed like Musauer got it, but Anderson could have had the momentum to take him to the win. We're going to take another look at this on the video board. And indeed, Adam Anderson did come back at the end, and he is the winner of that race and will go to the final round for the second straight day. Adam Anderson will meet up against Tom Meents here in the finals. Two of Monster Jam's most winningest champions going head-to-head. Last night, Tom Meents won this matchup. Adam Anderson hoping to get it now. I'm sorry, Adam Anderson won last night. Adam Anderson going into the final turn. Both of them are dead even. This is such a close race to the final jump, and I cannot tell. Honestly, might have been Megalodon, but we're going to have to look at the video board for what has been such a close night of racing. But your winner is Adam Anderson in Megalodon. Clearly, they had a bit of a better view than we have over here. So your winner here of racing is Adam Anderson in Megalodon. He will take home the first 12 points on the road to the overall event championship. Next up tonight, we have the Skills Challenge, and kicking us off in that event will be Lindsay Reed in the Scooby-Doo, your 2019 World Freestyle Champion. Now you have to keep in mind here in this skills competition, you can do one of two things. You can either do two moves on two wheels or one nice donut. Either way, it will be counted the same in the scoring. The fans are the judges. Now, if you're going for two moves on two wheels, you want to look for a really cool move. As Lindsay Reed starting us off with something different, a little sky wheelie. You want to look for creativity. You want to look for uniqueness, anything that catches your eye, and difficulty. I mean, some moves are going to be more difficult to perform than others, and Lindsay Reed just went and did a move that we haven't seen anybody do yet this year off of that particular angle. So that's got to help her out a little bit. Now, Lindsay Reed has a lot of arena experience, a lot of two-wheel experience, so she should be very comfortable at doing moves on two wheels. Pops it on the back two wheels and walks it up the ramp. A great move, and will continue to combo it. So a solid move there from Lindsay Reed in the Scooby-Doo. And that is a good way to start off her run. So Lindsay Reed starting us off tonight with a solid 6.796, kicking off the skills competition. Next up here in the competition is Rage. This is Corey Rummel, as he's going to line up for that jammer, getting a nice sky wheelie, popping it down, going for a slap wheelie, and he is dragging that tail all the way down the track. Now, the order for the skills competition is determined in reverse order of how you placed in racing. If you got knocked out in the first race of the night, you come out first in the skills competition, which means that Adam Anderson, the winner of racing, comes out last. Corey Rummel with a solid first hit. That slap wheelie is not an easy move to do. Now lining up for a stoppie on two wheels, a very difficult move to perform, and he is out here nailing it, walking it up the ramp, and two very good hits for Corey Rummel and Rage. Your current score to beat is a Scooby-Doo 6.796. The score for Rage is an 8.001. So that is going to be your new leader. Next out here in the skills competition, trying to beat out his teammate Corey Rummel, this is Jim Kohler in Avenger. Avenger and Rage are teammates. They traveled across the country. Jim Kohler, the captain of Team Scream, and Corey Rummel builds the trucks for the team. So the truck you're seeing right now is built from the ground up by Corey Rummel, and a nice sky wheelie out of Jim Kohler in Avenger. Now, for those of you who don't know Jim Kohler, he is a two-time Monster Jam World Finals champion, the only Monster Jam driver to have competed in every single Monster Jam World Finals. His two World Finals championships coming in the freestyle competition. Lining up for another sky wheelie and a beautifully executed 90 degrees sky wheelie there as he walks it off. But is it enough to beat Corey Rummel? The score to beat from Corey Rummel right now is an 8.001. The score for Avenger after those two sky wheelies is a 6.176. Fourth out here in skills, this is Mohawk Warrior Bryce Kenny. Now, as I mentioned in last night's event, Bryce Kenny is a really good skills driver. If you want to go check out what he did last night, you can go out and check that video. It is on my channel. It is the last video on the channel, but do that after you watch this show. Make sure you go check back up on that. But Bryce Kenny has really developed himself as a good skills driver. He is really comfortable doing the stoppies. He's clearly worked a lot on those. He's lining up for his first hit here, going for a stoppie. That is a move on the front two wheels, moonwalking it up the ramp. I'm not sure if that's exactly the execution he was hoping for there. You want to try and walk it a little bit longer, as obviously the length of these moves really matters a lot in scoring. But Corey Rummel has the bar set at an 8.001. Bryce Kenny looking to take that out and possibly take home a win. Bryce Kenny trying this move that is so difficult to perform. A stoppie requires so much precision, and with the engine in the rear of the truck, it puts all the weight on the front two tires, makes it very hard to control. But Bryce Kenny going to work on getting that down, and there he is. It requires so much precision with the gas to make sure that you don't overdo it, because if you overdo it, you could end up on your lid. He's going to finish his two hits there by walking it back up the ramp. A solid move from the Mohawk Warrior. Now your score to beat by Rage is an 8.001. The score for Mohawk Warrior is an 8.283. Your new leader, Bryce Kenny. Coming out from the sea, we have the Black Pearl. This is Cole Vennard. Cole Vennard took a nasty spill in the racing competition in the second round. He flipped over, got that truck into the back. They fixed it up, and now it's ready to go. A little bit of body damage, but that's not going to impact the truck. Now again, you can attempt two moves on two wheels or a donut. We haven't seen anybody attempt a donut yet. It's very hard to win this competition with a donut because it's oftentimes just an easy way of getting a simple score. Going for a stop, he couldn't quite get enough kick on it there to get a really good move. Cole Vennard, an independent driver. He drives a lot during the year, not only with Monster Jam, but across the country in some of these smaller independent shows at fairs or little fairgrounds. And he does do a lot of cool two-wheel moves. You've seen him work a lot on stoppies and moonwalks and even reverse poppers, which it looks like he's going for here. And he has really been, he's a hit-or-miss guy in really every competition. As I mentioned, in racing, he's hit-or-miss in racing. And two wheels the same way. He either nails the hit like he is doing right now, this beautiful popper, or he kind of messes up a little bit, which is why Cole Vennard either wins everything or comes towards the bottom of the pack. Right here, the score for Cole Vennard in the Black Pearl is a 5.297, which puts him currently in last place. Next up in the skills competition, this is Gravedigger Kristen Anderson. Now, Kristen Anderson is typically an arena driver, but with this new 2020 year, not many Monster Jam drivers out there, she has a chance to drive in stadiums. Now, the arenas are a lot smaller than this, and in those arenas, she has worked on a lot of different moves. She's learned from some of the best on how to do proper two-wheel moves, and lining up for a sky wheelie here, getting vertical on the top of the ramp and falling back down. Now in the arenas, you see a lot of drivers doing stoppies, very similar to what we saw Mohawk Warrior doing before, and it seems like she's got a truck problem. That back right wheel is not working. There is no power to it, so it's going to be very difficult for her to pull off a good move here. I would say the only move you can really do is a bicycle. Because if you try, it looks like she's going to go for a popper here. You can't really get much momentum to do anything on that one side, but we'll see how it'll work for her. Yeah, it didn't quite work out very well there. So that is the end of the run for Gravedigger. That is going to be a 5.312. Next up, we have last night's freestyle winner, Todd LeDuc in Monster Energy. Now, Todd LeDuc has always been a sneakily good driver here in this skills challenge. He has mastered a couple of really good moves that when he can nail them, he has a very good chance of winning. He goes for bicycles, stoppies, slap wheelies, bicycles to moonwalks. I mean, he's really gotten a lot better in the last couple of years since the origin of this event in 2017, and a big kick there on the front two wheels, and he's getting it beautifully, dancing. He falls on his lid, but what an incredible first move. Now, keep in mind when you're scoring that, you really have to complete 2 moves. So only doing 1 move will really hurt his scores here. You can't really give him that high of a score considering that he was supposed to do 2, but flipped over at the end of 1. Now the score to beat's an 8.001 from Rage. The score for Monster Energy is an 8.040. Your new leader, Monster Energy. So Todd the Duke did take the lead with only 1 hit, but trying to eradicate that is Overboard. This is Jamie Garner. Last night, Jamie Garner had an incredible skills run, had 1-6 stoppie. Looks like tonight he is lining up for the other side. He did a stoppie last night on the other side of the track, got a really nice save out of it. He is going for a reverse popper this time. The same move he tried last night for his first hit. He's going to walk it up the ramp and going to set himself down. So in order to beat Todd the Duke's move, I mean, Todd the Duke had 1 insane move, which really is the equivalent of 2 pretty good moves. So you really just have to put together 2 pretty good moves, possibly take home a lead. Jamie Garner's going to have to try and do that with 1 hit to go. Seems to be having truck problems here as he's shutting down. No, he is okay. Gets refired. Don't know what was going on there. Now he's going down for a stoppie on the front 2 wheels. He will walk it back up the ramp and a perfect moonwalk there from Overboard. The score for Jamie Garner is going to be a close one. Todd the Duke, the leader, with an 8.040. The score for Overboard's a 7.948. Not quite enough to take the lead. We're getting pretty deep along this skills competition, and Todd the Duke is still your leader. He has a chance to win tonight, but Barney Musauer and Zombie going to try and change that. Not many drivers still to come out here in this competition. Currently 4 trucks remain, including Zombie, so time is winding down, and Musauer is going to kick it into our first donut of the night. He is spinning those tires, getting ready to whip up a donut. Barney Musauer, the world record holder for the longest donut, and he gets on 2 wheels there, so we got a donut into a 2-wheel move. The score to beat is an 8.040 for Monster Energy. The score for Zombie is an 8.951, your new leader. Now we have Ryan Anderson in the Bakugan Dragonoid, one of the best skills drivers in the history of the sport. As I mentioned in last night's event, Ryan Anderson is one of the pioneers for so many Monster Jam moves, was the first man to do a bicycle that on purpose, first man to do a bicycle, the moonwalk, first man to do a stoppie. Ryan Anderson has been so innovative, and he can pull off some insane moves flawlessly. Let's see what he's got here for us. Lining up for a bicycle here, cutting through the sunlight. The bicycle going for the stoppie, and he moves it backwards into a moonwalk, but doesn't get the wheels to kick, and he is on his lid. Couldn't quite grip the dirt there, so unfortunately that is the end of the run for the Bakugan Dragonoid. It is going to be an 8.554, not enough for the lead. We're now down to our final 2 drivers here in the skills competition. The first of the final 2 is Max D-Fire, Tom Meents, as he gets ready to tear up the skills competition. Tom Meents is so comfortable on 2 wheels that he wins so many of these events with his iconic moves, like the one we're probably going to see here, the Maximum Moonwalk, where he does a stoppie off the backflip ramp, and in DBR, he's lining right up for that backflip ramp. He does this in every single show where he lines up for this and walks a stoppie off the backflip ramp. Backing it up to get himself perfectly placed. It is a little bit easier to walk a stoppie with this truck because it's a front engine. There's much more weight in the front half of the truck, so it's natural to sit on the front 2 wheels with it, which is why Max D is really the only truck that can perform this move and perform it as well as Tom Meents does, but still requires so much precision. A little bit too much gas could put him on the 4 wheels without a great move, and not enough gas can make him end up upside down. So it is just it's such a tough move to do, and he's now balancing it, not moving at all. And he'll set it down right there. A great first move from Max D-Fire. Now Max D-Fire is a beautiful truck, a part of Team Fire. It was in the All-Star Challenge in 2019. If you want to see this truck in action, you can look all over the place. Since 2019, this truck has been around. I mean, it's crazy to think that Max D-Fire is in its 3rd year of competition, but it is. Going down for a stoppie, and on the front 2 wheels, he's getting a little crazy, but that's what I said, a little too much gas or not enough. can hurt you, but he saved it because Tom Meents is so smart in that truck. He can perfectly place that machine to anywhere he wants. He's in a bit of a weird spot that if he backed up too much there, he would have messed up, but he saved it down anyway. That is the end of the run. Tom Meents in Max D, everybody. What a great run here at NRG Stadium. Your score to beat is Zombie with an 8.951. The score for Max D Fire is a 9.440. Your new leader is Tom Meents in Max D Fire. Adam Anderson in Megalodon is the final driver out here in the skills competition. He won racing. He has a chance for 12 more points here. Last night he did a donut. We'll see what he's got in store for us today. Going for another donut. So Adam Anderson, I would say at this point, kind of just giving up because donuts, I have not seen one donut win this skills competition before. And he's going to get a little crazy there on the side, but it is not going to be enough. A good run for Megalodon, but an 8.4045 means that your winner is Tom Meents in Max D Fire, picking up another 12 points as we will now head into freestyle. It's time for the third and final event of the Monster Jam show tonight. This is freestyle. Starting us off in freestyle is the Black Pearl, as now we get ready for Cole Vennard to take on this track. Cole Vennard, driver of the Black Pearl, coming out first. A very good driver to come out first because he is a good freestyler. You always want someone good to start it off, and he can make small little moves like that take place. And a nice sky wheelie as well. In the freestyle competition, these drivers have 2 minutes to put down the best Monster Jam freestyle that they can, judged again by the fans. Some of the things you're looking for here in the freestyle competition: big air, momentum, wow moments, saves, backflips. All you want to do is be impressed by a freestyle run. If the run is impressing you, it should get a pretty good score. Cole Vennard is so far off to a good start. However, you can hear that engine straining a little bit. He is having some transmission issues. Now, Cole Vennard has always been a very good freestyler. He is one to tear it up on the track. It's one of the coolest saves ever back from Orlando in 2018. You can see that video on my channel as well. But that engine is really straining. That transmission is really not doing well. That's what that smoke is. That is not steam, that is smoke. Some trucks will have steam coming out. That is just smoke. That is not a good sign. No matter what happens after this run, he is going to have some repairs to make. Yeah, that transmission just gave out. That's the end of the run. So Cole Vennard and the Black Pearl going to start us off tonight with a 6.508. Up next, we have Scooby-Doo. This is Lindsay Reed as she prepares to hit the same jump that Cole Vennard did to start off his run. Now, Cole Vennard didn't fill the clock. That is a big no-no. You want to fill the clock. You have 2 minutes. You want to fill it. And if you don't fill it, you better do something crazy in the meantime. So really, anybody that puts down 2 minutes, really, if Lindsay Reed puts down 2 minutes, she should have the lead in her hands. That's one of the benefits of coming out first in the freestyle competition and coming out pretty early, is you have a really good chance to take the lead. The only issue is, oh my, big air. That is the biggest air of the night. If you come out early on, you're running a bit of a risk because you are setting the bar that everyone else knows that they have to jump over. It's better to be able to jump over the bar as opposed to having to set it, because setting it, it's a lot easier to get beaten as opposed to coming out later when you know what you have to do to win. Currently, her coming out second means that there's 10 more drivers after her that are going to try to beat the score she does. Now, this is assuming she takes the lead. Certainly, if she fills the clock right now, seems like she will do that. She's had a good run. Some nice air in there. The flow's been pretty solid. Now going for the same move she did in skills and a huge leap. Oh my, that truck is demolished. She just destroyed the back of that truck. I think every single part of that truck in the rear end is broken. The rear housing has completely come apart from the rest of the truck. That does not happen very often. She'll be rewarded for it though. It's going to give her the lead with an 8.313. Next up, the guy who came out first in last night's freestyle competition. He's going to be pushed a little bit back today. He's coming out third here in the freestyle competition. Bahri Musawwir, no stranger to coming out early in freestyle competitions. He's out there because he is there to set a good bar. Bahri Musawwir will quite literally set the bar with a pretty good run. I mean, he's a guy you can expect to throw down 2 good minutes, possibly get a backflip, and maybe even get some nice big air in there too. He's very similar to guys like John Zimmer and Mark McDonald, who just go out there, throw down 2 minutes, and get the fans a good solid 8. Nice air to start off his run. Bari Musawwir not afraid to go big. He's the very first Monster Jam Young Gun Shootout champion, but oh no, there's already seemingly problems, but I think he fixed that. Looks like he just got shut off for a second there. But yeah, the very first Young Gun Shootout champion when that became a competition in the Monster Jam World Finals, or he earned his way into the World Finals from beating out a group of drivers in a racing competition between drivers that were not in the World Finals. That was back when he was driving the Spider-Man truck all the way back in 2011. So, been a long time. Bari Musawwir's been in the sport for almost over a decade now. Crazy to think that. I'm sure a lot of other viewers of this show remember when Bari Musawwir won that, and we're probably even there. And I personally was there. I was at that event, and it's crazy to think that it's been so long. Now, Musawwir has a problem. That back right wheel is not working. There's no power to it. So as you've seen for a couple of drivers, he's going to have to try and figure that out, make that truck work with that broken tire. He's going to try and spin it into a donut against that wheel. That's probably not going to work very well. I'm sure his crew chief is in his ear telling him, no, you can't do that. Musawwir's clock is winding down. He is poised to be the first driver to fill the clock tonight. Always a good thing, so he should have a chance to take the lead. Current lead is an 8.313 from Scooby-Doo. Now, she had some wow moments in that run. Musawwir down to his final 30 seconds. Now, because that back right wheel isn't powered, it's going to pull the truck to the right whenever he hits a jump. So he's going to have to try and do that. Oh, he pinned himself in a bad spot there with that tire not spinning, but he still gets himself out of it. Nice bit of air there. And I mean, Musawwir's putting together a good run with a broken truck. I'm not sure if he's aware that that wheel isn't spinning, because he's doing a lot of things that would make you believe that he doesn't know, because he's turning into it, he's giving it gas when he really shouldn't. I mean, a slat wheelie with a wheel that's not working in the back really is set up to hurt you, but there he is spinning a donut perfectly, going with that tire. So a perfect use of that broken truck, and a cyclone to finish off the run. Bari Musawwir is going to score a 8.063, not enough for the lead, but still a good run. Coming out next here in the freestyle competition, we have Jamie Garner in the Overboard, who really put down a great run last night. Got some massive air off the jammers. We'll see if he can follow it up. Looks like he is already. Big air from Overboard to commence his freestyle run. Jamie Garner's been driving in Monster Jam for a few years now, but has been driving monster trucks for a very long time. This is his own truck that he created. His wife and son drive as well. His wife doesn't drive in Monster Jam, but his son does. His son drives the Wild Side monster truck. He made his debut in 2020, but Jamie Garner right now is the man we're focusing on getting some big air. Jamie Garner, probably the best driver to never compete in the Monster Jam World Finals. Probably him and Chuck Warner fall in that category at the top. Jamie Garner, probably the best current driver to have never competed in a World Finals, getting, oh my, launched air. That was insane. Jamie Garner is proving this year that he is fearless. In the past, we used to see him as a guy who would probably get some huge air every once in a while, but he is filling every run with 2 or 3 bits of massive air like that. So that is going to be the end of the run. I think something happened there. Unfortunately, that is going to be the end of his run. Overboard, a solid run, but it's an 8.104, not enough for the lead. Up next, we have Rage. This is Corey Rummel. Corey Rummel, a very good freestyler who is always a threat to take home a freestyle win. He loves to get big air, multi-time Extreme Air Award winner. One-time Showdown champion back in 2018. Getting some nice air. Corey Rummel has driven 3 Monster Jam trucks in his career. He has driven Rage, Pirate's Curse, and Megalodon. All of those trucks he did very well, and he actually won the Double Down Showdown in the Pirate's Curse truck. He's a very fast driver. He loves the flat track. He just puts his foot down and lets the truck take itself, and then he lines up for something and hits it. But right now in this run, he's not really lining up very nicely to things. He's kind of getting a little too much speed. Oh my, massive air for Rage. And a nice little wheelie after that. Now your current leader still is Scooby-Doo. She didn't fill the clock. If you do a run that's pretty good with some nice air filling the clock, you should be able to take the lead. And Corey Rummel obviously is looking to do that. And right now he is in a good position. The momentum is the best we've seen so far tonight. As I said before, he loves to get speed and getting some really great momentum so far. As I also mentioned earlier in the night, Corey Rummel built this truck himself. The truck he is driving was hand-built from him, every piece installed himself. Going for the jammer, nose-diving it, but massive air. This beautiful Rage body does not stay pretty for long whenever Corey Rummel's freestyling. He beats that thing. And boy, does he love doing it too. Nice little combo there, walking a wheelie. Took a weird situation and made it good. He knew just the amount of throttle he needed to give that hit to get him into a wheelie. He is getting a lot of speed going down to the end of the track because it looks like it is time for the backflip ramp. Indeed, lining up for the backflip, the first attempt of the day, and it couldn't have looked any better. A perfect backflip from Rage. And big air again, a launch to finish the run, and that is how you announce your presence, giving the fans one heck of a run and spinning it into a donut. Corey Rummel and Rage, everybody, giving these Houston fans a great show. And your score to beat's an 8.313 from Scooby-Doo. The score for Corey Rummel and Rage of 9.551. Your new leader, Corey Rummel and Rage. Here now we have Mohawk Warrior Bryce Kenny coming out here looking strong in this entire event today. He had a good skills run, did pretty well in racing. Now looking to take home a freestyle win. Bryce Kenny starting it off with some big air. A lot of drivers are starting their runs on that racing ramp to get some nice air. Not really a difficult move to do. It's not really risky either because you got a whole floor in front of you once you land. Bryce Kenny has won quite a few freestyle championships in his career in events. Well, not world championships, but competition championships. Won one in Syracuse in 2018. He's just all around a very good freestyler. He pulls out some really nasty wow moments out of a hat whenever he wants. Nose diving in there, flipping over the truck, broken on one wheel. It lands on all four. What a save from the Mohawk Warrior. Unfortunately, the truck is too broken to continue. That is going to be an 8.344, a good score, but not enough to take the lead. What a finish. Coming out a little early in the freestyle competition now, it's Tom Meents in Max D. Tom Meents used to coming out second to last or last, a man who has been the last driver out in so many Monster Jam World Finals events, coming out here looking to get his Max D fans riled up. Something he does before every single freestyle. He stops, gives a wave to the fans, gets them to cheer because he wants those fans to get loud. The drivers can hear you screaming inside of the cab. So when you're ever at a Monster Jam show, you have to make sure that you're cheering as loud as you can. You can buy your tickets for a Monster Jam show at monsterjam.com. Obviously, a really good place for you to get to any show nearby. A lot of the shows taking place this year will be in Texas or Florida, but I'm sure we'll see a couple sprinkled throughout the country, and another driver starting himself off on the racing lane. Tom Meents, the winner of the skills competition, came in second in racing, so in a really good position to be the overall event champion tonight. Meents won the overall event championship last night. He's going to try and add to that huge air off the jammer to add to his freestyle score. Meents can double down too. He has so many double downs in his career, and in a day and age where triple downing is really difficult to do, you really appreciate every double down that a driver gets. It's a very different world in Monster Jam than when Tom Meents got started way back in the day where he was driving the Monster Patrol truck early in the 1990s. Tom Meentz's Monster Jam legacy lived so far beyond what most fans know. And even some diehard fans don't even know the real legacy of Tom Meentz and how long he's been in this sport. Even I don't know. But there are those really knowledgeable Monster Jam fans that can tell you every single thing about Tom Meentz, and I'm sure you would love to hear it. And the amount of things to know about Tom Meentz, you can write many books on the lifetime of Meentz in his Monster Jam career. This run is pretty good so far, getting the big air, but Tom Meentz is a guy who focuses more on the wow moments as opposed to the momentum. He's not normally a momentum guy. I mean, yes, he will have some good momentum, but he doesn't have the kind of speed that we see out of Corey Rummel. He focuses on getting a few incredible hits as opposed to a lot of pretty good hits. Going for the backflip ramp. He missed it last night, and tonight he misses it again, and unfortunately will just end on his lid. Tom Meentz and Max D Fire looking to take the lead tonight. Your score to beat is a 9.551. Again, that's from Corey Rummel and Rage. Tom Meentz is going to score an 8.917. Not enough for the lead, but puts him in a good spot for the overall event championship. Now up, announcing his presence with insane air. We've already seen him tonight doing some great things as his motor blows. It's Ryan Anderson in the Dragonoid. His motor just misfired. I'm not sure if that'll be the end of his run. That was some great air out of Ryan Anderson, but I hope that's not it. Oh, he is refired. Okay, the truck is all right. This Dragonoid truck is going to get ready to let loose and freestyle in Houston. Goes, getting his fans riled up. Now Ryan Anderson, normally the driver, son of a digger, that's why his name sounds familiar. Nice air again. The first two hits have been really good. Now Ryan Anderson is obviously one of the biggest names in Monster Jam, arguably the best monster truck driver of all time. He can race, he can do skills, and he can freestyle better than pretty much everybody ever. He is such a talented driver, and you will enjoy so many of his freestyles. Obviously, sometimes he'll make mistakes and things will hurt him. Nobody's perfect, but Ryan Anderson's probably the most consistently insane driver you will ever watch. Ryan Anderson got his start in Monster Jam. His very first monster truck appearance, well, his first ever Monster Jam appearance was with the Monster Mutt truck back in the day, and the first time we saw his Son of a Digger truck was at an Encore where he debuted it back in 2010 in an incredible performance where he came out there and rocked the truck to the ground. I mean, he was just dominant, and he's showing some signs of why he is the best right here. He does have a broken truck, though. That front right wheel has no power. So as I've said for a lot of the trucks, he's going to have to figure out what he wants to do. He's going to have to work around a broken truck. He's getting some really good air, though. It's definitely not slowing him down. A lot of you may know Ryan Anderson doesn't stop with anything. He'll ride on two wheels. He doesn't care. This guy shreds in freestyle. But I think we have another problem here going on with the truck, and unfortunately, that might be the end of the run for the Bakugan Dragonoid. Oh, maybe not. The truck is fired up. You can hear the motor, but it might not want to go. Yeah, that truck doesn't sound right. Ryan Anderson hoping that this isn't the end. Yeah, that is going to be it. Ryan Anderson and the Dragonoid is done. His freestyle score for tonight is a 7.949. Not what he was looking for. So far tonight, nobody has been able to beat Corey Rummel and Rage. Still sitting in that hot seat with a 9.551. But maybe Kristen Anderson and Gravedigger can take him out. She is up now here in freestyle. She's rocking that truck. She flipped over earlier in the night, so that body is a little bit of damage. Getting some nice air, nosediving it. Now, Kristen Anderson's first ever, oh boy, not the time to talk about her past because the present is insane. What a save from Kristen Anderson. Now, Kristen Anderson, as I was saying, her first ever Monster Jam Stadium performance was back in the All-Star Challenge of 2019, driving Gravedigger Ice. It was a short run, but she had an insane save in there, really wowed the fans, and she's really a product of her father with the way that she drives. She's very ragged edge, but the biggest problem for her has been consistency. She really struggles to get a 2-minute run. If she can keep that truck on all fours for 2 minutes and not flip over, she could have the potential to be a really good freestyler. She's not afraid to go big, and she's definitely not afraid to do wow moments. It's just that she hasn't been able to because she's had some problems with controlling her truck. That's really her biggest issue, is control of that truck. But right now, she is doing a very good job. Oh boy, almost just lost the run right there. Gives a knock to her brother's truck, Ryan Anderson. Yes, her and Adam Anderson and Ryan Anderson are all siblings. They're also children of the icon Dennis Anderson, the man who invented that Gravedigger truck you're looking at right now. She's having a little bit better control. As you can see, she almost flipped it over right there going into that corner, but she controlled her throttle rhythm enough. If she can control her truck better, she will be possibly a top driver. Having a solid run right now. This is really what you can see from Kristen Anderson. The potential is there. She just never lived up to it and hasn't so far. But right now, giving a great show to these fans in Houston, and that truck is on its lid. A good run from Kristen Anderson in the Gravedigger. Kristen Anderson is going to try and take the lead here tonight. Corey Rummel and Rage, your score to beat with a 9.551. Gravedigger score, looking to take home a win tonight, is an 8.919. Not enough for the win. Mr. Excitement and Jim Kohler is now freestyling. Keep your eyes on that truck, because this man loves to go big, and he oftentimes doesn't wait to do it. Jim Kohler, a two-time World Finals champion, known as Mr. Excitement because of the energy he has on and off the track. One of the most exciting men to watch. Always known for his jumps into water at the Monster Jam World Finals. He's always known for his screaming in his post-run interviews, and he's known for getting that motor screaming with big air like that. Jim Kohler, one of the pioneers in Monster Jam. This Avenger truck is so recognizable because of that bright green. The only truck really with this color that is all green. Obviously, we have Monster Energy and Gravedigger that are green trucks, but none of them really stand out as well as this Avenger does. But oh boy, that Avenger body on its lid, but he saves it. What a save. What a night. That is the third save tonight. This freestyle competition's been off the hook, and he's going to cross-thread it there and just stuffed it in. He is going big here in freestyle, looking to add another freestyle trophy to his trophy case that is already stuffed with freestyle wins. Nice sky wheelie there. Jim Kohler, as I said, a two-time World Finals freestyle champion. One of them coming in a tie, another one coming in an outright just dominant freestyle victory. I mean, he has just been so good at freestyle in his career. But he's kind of slowed up a little bit towards the end of his run. Not too sure what's been going on. Might be whipping it into a donut. Oh, he's lining up for the mini flip. Jim Kohler lining up for a mini flip. Jim Kohler not really a mini flip guy. He doesn't really backflip very often, so let's see how he can do it. Hits it and nails the front end. Oh, a weird bounce, and that back left wheel just ruined his run at the end, but still an incredible freestyle from Jim Kohler. Your score to beat a 9.551 from Corey Rummel and Rage. Let's see if Jim Kohler can take the lead. The score is an 8.735. Unfortunately, not enough to take that lead tonight, but still, his teammates sitting in the hot seat with a few trucks to go. Two trucks remain here in the freestyle competition, and the first of the two is Megalodon, as you can see, trying to take a bite out of this freestyle competition. It's Adam Anderson. Adam Anderson had a very good freestyle in the first event. I mean, he was just shredding it, got some nice air, didn't get the win, but still a pretty good finish. Adam, the racing winner tonight. He is the only driver that can double down. Oh boy, a pogo! That was crazy. I don't really know if that was a pogo, but still, that was really cool. And massive air off the jammer. Adam Anderson is proving that sharks can fly. Sharknado coming to life when Adam Anderson's behind the wheel. He is not afraid to go big. A 5-time Monster Jam World Finals champion. Only one of those in freestyle. But a 4-time World Racing champion with 1 freestyle win. I mean, this guy is clearly an all-around Monster Jam star. He has the second most Monster Jam World Finals championships ever, only behind Tom Meents, whom he beat in the racing competition tonight. Trying to beat out Corey Rummel and Rage, and right now this run is very good. He's getting big air, he's mixing up the moves, and that's what you have to do. You have to change things up. You don't want to hit the same jump multiple times, because then things are just getting repetitive, and the fans aren't going to necessarily want to see that. And another nice bit of air, but Adam Anderson, really at this point, it seems like you're going to need to do a backflip, as we've seen a few guys that have had crazy saves in their runs, but don't do backflips, and that's been hurting them in the score, most notably Kristen Anderson and Bryce Kenny. Obviously, Jim Kohler had that crazy save and did go for the mini flip, but he didn't quite land it. Adam Anderson now putting it in a bicycle, showing off his control, getting a little crazy, but that fish is still moving. Nothing's going to stop Adam Anderson tonight from trying to win freestyle, but his time is up. He's going to give it a park. The score to beat at 9.551 from Rage. The score from Adam Anderson's freestyle is an 8.479. Megalodon, not your freestyle winner tonight, but still a really good run. Final truck tonight in freestyle. This is Monster Energy, Todd LeDuc. A 2-time World Finals champion, 1 in racing, 1 in freestyle. Let's see what he's got. He's going to try and prove why he is a World Finals freestyle champion with his run, doing a slap wheelie, a move he has done so well in his career. This body is destroyed, and you know Todd LeDuc doesn't like leaving a body on at the end of the night. He wants to rip that truck to shreds. Todd LeDuc is such a great freestyler. He gets big air, throws in a backflip, and he'll get some saves every once in a while. Oh boy, the truck flipping over on its side, but he saves it. What a save, but I think he might have bent a 4-link bar. That is going to be it. He bent a 4-link bar. That is the end of the run for Monster Energy. Unfortunately, he will not get to complete his freestyle. It's only going to be a 7.907, meaning that your freestyle winner tonight is Corey Rummel in Rage. What a big freestyle win. So that is going to do it for the event tonight. Thank you for tuning on in. I appreciate you guys from coming out and watching this show here, NRG Stadium. This weekend's events were really good. You can obviously check out any other commentaries on my channel. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you know when I'm going to do more commentaries, because there's a lot more coming. I've got another one coming tomorrow night for you guys. So make sure you guys are sticking around, subscribe to the channel. I hope you guys all enjoyed the show today. Thank you for coming out. I will see you guys all next time.
At the beginning of the weekend, Corey, you said you wanted to pick up where you left off last year, and you have proven to do that. What does this freestyle win mean to you?
Well, you know what? It feels awesome. Last year was great. I ended up fourth in the World Coastal Championship here tonight. Finally, after 7 years, I got to meet in freestyle with you, baby.
You had to hear these Monster champions go crazy when you were on the floor. Talk to us about your freestyle run. What was going through your head as you were on the track?
Not much, man. It happened so fast. All I made sure is I made one to go back to tonight. I knew it was going to be awesome. First weekend of the year, a little bit rusty and full speed. Finally went down and got a good run.
Well, congratulations on the freestyle win and those 12 points towards today's overall event championship. We're going to go ahead and add those 12 points to your overall
It really is about Texas. So many times